Hello there, YouTubers. It's Charles here, and today I'm going to be showing off a witch farm that I constructed on a multiplayer server in survival. But first, I'm here in my test world, in the middle of a swamp, because that's a witch's hut over there. Basically, I used a utility called Amidst, AMIDST. You can look it up on the Minecraft forums, and you can either point it to a world file or to a you can type in the world seed, and it basically generates a biome map, and it shows you where all the different biomes are. But in addition to that, it shows you where villages are, where strongholds are, where the kind of the sand fortresses or whatever you want to call them, with the chests inside. But it also shows you where witches' huts will spawn. And I did this on my test world, and I found this one out here. It's sorta close to where I was building. It's about 800 blocks away, but witches should spawn here. The thing is, the spawning area is really only the inside of this hut here, so they've spawned very rarely because there's the mob spawning would have to pick that location. It has to be dark enough. Basically, if you haven't seen a witch's hut, inside is a crafting table, a cauldron, and a potted mushroom. But witches can spawn in this area, and in fact, it's usually, you can see it's only 5 blocks wide, it's 7 blocks deep, but you can actually double this spawning area, because in fact, the blocks, you can make a floor underneath the current floor, and that will actually still be a valid spawning area, and then you can go leave 2 blocks space, and you can build another floor here, as basically the roof is also not on top of the roof, but where the roof is, you remove the roof, and that would also still be a valid spawning area. And so you can double the size of this area. You get spawns twice as often, but then you really want to light the whole area so that no other mobs could spawn, including you want to light all the caves, and that would really increase the spawning rate of witches. And then you just need to make kind of a mob killer, mob grinder, and because witches are really useful. They drop 6 different items. They drop sticks, which aren't that useful. They drop empty vials, which are useful if you're making potions. They also drop spider eyes, I believe, also useful for making potions. They drop sugar, again used in some potions. But then the 2 best things they drop are Glowstone Dust and Redstone Dust. Both are also used in making potions, but obviously you can do a lot of neat stuff with Redstone Dust, and that's what I'm mostly interested in, is using witches as a good supply source for Redstone Dust, so you don't have to go mining all the time to get it. So I'm going to jump over to this survival world in a minute here, and so here's the witch farm that I built on this multiplayer server. Over there's the spawning pads, 2 of them that were replacing the witch hut. Let's see if I can get over here. There's off the edge of these is a 15 by 15 covering to make sure it's as dark as possible, directly on the pads here. You see the logs are, at least at the bottom here, were the legs of the witch hut, and those were the logs going up to support the roof. The edges are covered in patches. The witches think they're walkable, and will kind of walk off the edge into the water stream, and the water stream carries them over to the killer. Outside here is covered with half slabs, at least as far as the light goes. After this, it's all lit up, so mobs won't spawn, but you know, occasionally I guess under trees there's still a few that spawn. Haven't lit up the caves yet, so that's something that I can do to improve efficiency. Let's see. There we go. This is survival. This is all built survival. Yeah, the roof here was about 20 stacks of netherrack, which I obtained. This is pretty far out from spawn, so there's a portal, and I had to dig pretty long ways, so I collected most of that netherrack while digging. Oh, you can see there's a witch spawn there already. Yeah, this glass is 24 away from the nearest point of the spawn pad. You have to be at least 24 away or mobs won't spawn. Basically the witch will be brought into the stream, and there's a mob elevator here. It's basically there's signs. You see that sign easily. The signs holding water. So the mob's head gets in the water and they start swimming up, and then they enter the next water and continue swimming up, and the air is there so they don't drown. And basically they'll go all the way up, and then the top water kind of flows off to the side there, and it brings this to this long drop. I believe I made this drop 35 blocks tall. Witches actually have the most health out of any mob, or any overworld mob at least. Non-boss mob, I should say. They have 26 health, and so I needed a drop of at least 30, and I made it 35 just to be sure. So, which will drop here in a second, and give us some loot. There we go. Looks like we got some glass vials and some sticks. And, yeah, that's basically how this works. You don't need any redstone or anything like that. It's just a simple build. Just need, you know, I think I used about 6 or 8 stacks of logs to make the basic structure. I need a few more for the rest of this, and just you know, big area to cover, some wood. You know, besides this, for the hatch covers, I needed a ladder. There's a ladder up the back to make the drop here, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. The biggest part, yeah, was lighting the whole outside. There's lots of caves I need to light. I'll show you something real quick. I made a little X-ray machine here, and basically it's 2 glowstone, 2 pistons with a switch, and the glowstone actually doesn't suffocate you, so you can basically stand here, close a glowstone on you, and now because you don't see the wall, you're kind of inside the glowstone, you can see all the caves. And yeah, there's a lot of caves that need to be lit, because the surface is all lit, all the mobs will now spawn down in the caves, and I really want the only valid place for mobs to spawn to be the witch spawning pads, and that will cause a lot more witches to spawn, which will improve the efficiency. But yeah, there's a lot of caves that need to be lit. You can see there's some octopuses or whatever, squid, and yeah, there's a creeper or 2, maybe a zombie in the caves over there. Yeah, so you just walk out of here, and yeah, this is basically my little house while building this. Did manage to die several times due to, actually died twice to witches. When I was working on this mob trap, there was a skeleton that got in there and shot me and knocked me off the top, and I fell to my death. So a little dangerous building this, but you know, with the bed there, I could just, you know, respawn and grab all my stuff and continue working. You know, it took probably, you know, 3 days working 2 or 3 hours a day, especially to dig up netherrack and make the half slabs and stuff. And a lot of trees that I've replanted. But ooh, big slime. One of the swamp slimes. It's another thing I want to kind of build maybe a slime trap, because the slimes will spawn in the swamps now, and maybe a iron farm and maybe another mob grinder, but far enough away that it doesn't interfere with this one. Kind of make this whole area kind of a resource gathering area. There's some more witches. So I hope you enjoy this and learn from it. I'll see you guys next time, and hope you find these informational. Thanks for watching.